So, I chose the song Headlock by Imogen Heap for my idea. Okay, so, but then I had two other ideas that I was going to do. I was like going to do Mess It Up by Grace Abrams, but I didn't really have like another idea. The only idea I had was like the one she did in the music video where she was like baking a cake and it all like it fell on the floor and it all like went wrong, so she had to redo it again until she finally got it right. And then I was gonna choose Stone Cold Summer, but I had ideas for it, but I couldn't really execute them that well. So then I decided to go with Headlock because I had a good idea that I could do, and I wanted to like, it's sort of similar to my other music video that I did, Panic Room. So I want to do a similar story to that, but like improve it basically. Okay, so my idea, so I have this girl with a dream, and like everything that's happened to her is all exaggerated. She's like insecure, cries a lot, so she's like a very emotional girl, and she goes through a lot of struggles. So the theme of self-image, like insecurities, body image, bullying, like how social media treats her, stuff, shouting, like the aggression that she's faced before, and then obviously mental health kind of covers all of them, to be honest. So what's the meaning behind the song? The song explores themes of vulnerability, intimacy, and emotional connection. It uses the metaphor of a headlock to convey feelings of being trapped in a relationship or an emotional situation where one person has the potential to change their life for the better but refuses to do. The lyrics reflect a complex emotional landscape, highlighting the struggles of feeling overwhelmed while seeking comfort in another. So how the song became popular. So this song has been trending on TikTok recently and is used in editing a lot. But last year, this song was used in a horror game called Mouthwashing, where it's a horror experience that explores themes of madness, human nature under threat. It's set in a spacefaring environment and follows a group of marine freight workers as they encounter visions and delusions that reveal their mental states and inner demons. The game features a non-linear narrative that incorporates elements reminiscent of horror games, creating an atmosphere filled with doubt and hallucinations. So, music video influences. When the party's over, I was maybe going to do like a one-take music video, but I just thought I don't really have the locations near me to do that. I was going to do like invisible cuts, but I don't think that's going to work out. Panic Room, because that's similar, that's what I did last year. And I want like themes of like flickering lights and arguing and stuff like that. Okay, so I did a survey focusing on the themes of adolescence and like my videos. So I have, do you feel insecure? Most people said yes about. Do you feel confident wearing makeup? Well, some of them, the answers were boys, I would guess. Do you feel peer pressured? Some, yeah, but some don't want to say. Have you ever experienced bullying before? Some people rather not say, but some people have. And then one of these questions was like, what are the key messages they were trying to portray in adolescence. Speaking about this, so this message on the left was sent by Emily Pease, who plays Lisa Miller. I decided to ask her, as obviously she's been in the series, and she would have like a really good understanding of what the show is actually about. And then I got another response from Fatima, who plays Jade. It was sent to like most of the cast, but I don't think they did it, but it's fine. And then I underlined the most important parts of their response. So in the top one, it's not a who done it, it's a why. So basically, we know who's done it, but like this series is focusing on why he did it. And he comes from like a normal family, so they wouldn't really know why that he did it. Like obviously the dangers of social media, like of how the behaviour towards women and young girls, they don't get treated properly. And then the bottom one, like all kids around that age are confused because they're just relying on social media to like tell them who they are, and yeah. 13 Reasons Why. I don't really have much about this, but here, Hannah Baker, obviously, she wishes to be someone else because she doesn't like herself because of obviously the story. The second picture, like why me? Because she doesn't know why she is the one that's getting picked on and no one else, like it's just her. So this kind of has a similar storyline to my music video, as the girl is the main focus on the video, and she is here hating herself, getting targeted and bullied, like she's becoming the centre of attention, like obviously not in a good way. So these are like queer themes, so we have kind of bullying, she's like crying, lonely and stuff, looking out a window. The social media, like what social media can do to you, the bottom picture. So this is my cushion visuals. I wanted to create this effect by using eyeliner and like writing those words across her body, and I feel like it would make my video more interesting to watch and create. And those words are not really good, but they're just showing like everything that has been said to her, like what young boys said basically. So, and this is my costume I want for some other scenes. She's like in the bath, kind of drowned in her own thoughts. She doesn't really know what to do with herself. And then she's crying in the bathroom can provide a therapeutic release and offer a safe space for emotional expression. Here, you can probably see that she's looking out the window, like she just wants fresh air and to try and forget about everything that's happened, but obviously she can't, it's all stuck in her head. So I have LED lights in my room that I will probably use and make them blue to create a sense of isolation, sadness and loneliness. And then in that picture we see all the messages that she's been receiving, it pops up, and it shows how upset and tired it makes her feel. Because if you're crying for like a long amount of time, you feel more tired. And this is also how teenage boys her age are acting towards her. So that's kind of my mood board, sort of. So I'm going to use blue for like the sad parts, and then red for anger and frustration. Costumes obviously have multiple costumes, but like kind of this vibe, just like comfy and stuff like that. So Tussie's my main actor, and I'm her something like that. And then Dan, something just like that. So for two character profiles, that's my acting friend. I thought it would be good to act in it. So she's a girl who worries a lot about her parents, very insecure, gets bullied in real life. And then the other boy, who's a bully, doesn't treat girls right, bullies her for her looks. She's not like the popular girl, just more the quiet one that doesn't really speak. He looks innocent, but he just really isn't, because the references to Jamie Miller and adolescents, obviously people think that he's some innocent boy, but really he's a murderer. So, and then I'm not really good to write, but I have my storyboard of that shot. It's not really in detail because I didn't really know what to write, but so like things, she faints at the beginning, it kind of goes into the dream that's more a nightmare. And then she thinks she's ugly, messing up her hair, sort of like the theme in Adolescence in episode 3, when he calls himself ugly, basically. She's trying to like hide her tears. She's trapped in tight spaces and stuff, like she's like stuck, because obviously the song's about like being trapped. So I thought, why not just make her trapped in, make her trapped. And then she's like trying to escape, and then so her shouting to get out, and then her getting bullied, like she's just trying to smile to like hide the fact that she's upset, but everyone's giving her dirty looks. She starts to become nervous, fidgeting, itching, crossed arms and stressed. And then it's the same for that one. And then loneliness, like she doesn't really have any friends. She's kind of just alone, basically. She's in her room checking notifications. There isn't any. Just looking up to the ceiling and listening to music with headphones in. And then she gets peer pressured by this girl into something. I'll think about that. And then the outro, she wakes up, starts crying, knowing that she's experienced all this stuff in real life, and but her dream was more exaggerated. So this is kind of my treatment, just to sum up what happened. Just going to the dream, self-image, insecure, trapped in tight spaces, her getting bullied, verbal argument, gets peer pressured, and then wakes up from the dream. So my locations, I'm using my bedroom, the attic for like the tight space, bathroom, park, Lake Meadows in Middle, so it's easy to get to, and then an empty car park, because I thought that kind of similar to Adolescence, since in the car park, obviously that's where Katie gets killed, basically. So that's why I thought to just use an empty car park when it's like the verbal fight between both of them. And then I've done 2 other music videos before, Panic Room and then Wannabe, but I feel like I can improve from Panic Room and try and make it like as best as I can. So my target audience, I think like teens or like people in their adolescent years, which is 12 to 20. Like. And I feel like Adolescence fans would like it because obviously they make edits to this song because it fits the theme of the series. And then my schedule, March 17th to April 21st is research and planning. April 24th is filming, because I'm filming tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try get it done in one day. If I can't, then I might have to find another day to do it. And then from the 25th to the 17th, when it's due, editing and doing evaluations to try and get it done. Equipment, the Sony cameras, because I don't really have much. And then an aperture light to get the LED effects. Thank you.
Can I ask one? You said about adolescence fans,
Yeah.
because, can you put that previous slide up? Because I didn't understand, there's one bit I didn't. You said adolescence fans because they make edits to Headlock. What? I didn't understand that bit.
Like they make edits to that song because it fits the series well.
Because of the themes of the song.
Because of like this. Because of the story of adolescence kind of is similar to the song Headlock. Does that make sense?
Yes, right, I got you. So they got similar narratives,
Yeah.
and you said they make edits to Headlock.
Yeah. They make so they get the videos of adolescents and then they use that song to make edits about the.
Is that what people? That's what people have been doing, have they?
Yeah.
They've made that, so they've made that link.
Yeah.
And then that's become inspiration for you to, in a sense, you're doing the same thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing your version, if you like. I got you. Okay,
Yeah.
now I understand. I understand the audience in terms of teens, adolescents, of course. But I think, I've watched adolescents when I'm not teen. I really enjoyed it. So I think that it's probably more universal than that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the sense that it's not just for. Do you think it's. Right, perhaps I'll rephrase this. I think what you're saying is it resonates more with teens because obviously the main characters are teens.
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
But of course, we know from the acclaim that adolescence has got is that it's kind of, parents are fascinated by it as well because it's about parents as much as it's about adolescence, because I think parents are realising that there's a hell of a lot they don't know about their kids, and it's raising awareness of those things. So in a way, although it's, it's quite clever actually because it targets young people, and I think young people are interested in it, but I think the older generation, to me, I think that it's probably much wider than that, because there's something for everybody in there.
Yeah.
That wasn't a question, I was starting a lecture, so I stopped. Right, thank you. Well done. I was thinking that.